So once more, I have my piece of software that creates two areas. It will calculate the area of a circle. It will also calculate the area of a rectangle. I want to pretty it up. With two it's okay, but maybe we might have more options and they wouldn't all fit on one form. So this time what I'd like to do is use menus. So I'm going to the tool box and I'm going to add a menu. So menu strip. I just drag it on anywhere and it automatically goes to the top. I can click at the top for my menu title, so I want it to be areas, and then underneath that I've got circle and I've got rectangle. So I just double click on the circle menu and that gives me a method just like a button, clicking on a button would, and let's double click on the rectangle one as well. So I've got a circle option and I've got a rectangle one. Now this is not going to actually calculate the circle area and the rectangle area. I already have the code for that. But what I want to do is I want to hide the other option. So for the circle one, what I want to do is I want to take my rectangle object. So that is going to be label 3 and I want to hide it, which I simply do with the hide option. And I can also do that with label 4. And I'll repeat it also with label 5. So those are my 3 labels. I then have 2 text boxes. So it's text box 2. I'm going to hide. Text box 3. I'm going to hide. And I have to hide the button as well. So it is button 2. And I want to hide that one. Then I need to make sure that I'm showing the correct things. So I'm showing label 1, which I do with the show method. I am showing text box 1, again using the same method, and I also need to show label 2 for my result, and I must show button 1. So when I run this, if I click areas and circle, it hides all my rectangle option. At this point, I want to repeat the same idea, but this time I'm going to shorten it by copying and pasting. For the rectangle, I've obviously got to do things the other way around. So I'm going to put my hides first. So I'm going to change all my shows to hides. Text box, for the second label, and for the button. That's done. And now what I want to do is change all my hides to shows for the rectangle. So my 3 labels, my 2 text boxes, and my button. So when I run it now, if I go to areas, circle will show that one, rectangle will show that one. Now it's still a little bit unneat, because ideally what I'd want to do is hide everything to start with. So there's my hide code. So if I put any code that I put in this form 1 method is going to run as soon as the program starts. So I can hide that, and then let's hide the other one as well. So I can put that in here. So in this case, when I first run my program, I've got nothing until I click on areas and I can show it. Now that looks okay, but it's still not perfect. What I would kind of like is I would like it to be in the same place on the screen. So I'm going to drag and select my circle stuff, and I'm going to drag it on top of my rectangle area. I would only do this once I've got it working, because it makes it really difficult to edit. But now, when I run my program, circle, rectangle, and they both appear in the same place. Now you might want to center that a little bit better, but you've got the idea.